What's up, travelers? How's it going? Have I got a review for you? Today we're reviewing wow, I'm good at this. Alexandra Bracken's The Darkest Mind. Now, this is going to be a book and movie review because after I read the book, I went to go see the movie, and that was all in the span of like 4 days. Let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to tell you what I liked about the two, and I'm going to tell you what I didn't like about the two, and then I'm going to wrap up my final thoughts on it. Let's get down, shall we? Now, let's go over what I liked about it. What I liked about it was the characters. I'm a huge character person. That's the first thing I go when I get into something, be it a video game, a book, a movie, TV show, whatever. Can I like these characters? Yes, liking the characters is important to me because a lot of people say you don't have to like the characters, you just have to be good characters. But me personally, I have to like the characters. If I'm following someone who I think is a dipshit, I'm not having a good time. I didn't think these characters were dipshits. And then the movie version of them was also great because there's this whole growing to respect each other thing going on. You know, they had to grow to like Ruby because Chubbs, Liam, and Zoo were already friends, you know. But then there's the romance, and I thought it was so sweet and so adorable because right now we're dealing with this whole, well, it's realistic. If a guy treats you like shit, that's just real. And it shouldn't be. That shouldn't be, you know, that whole boys will be boys thing. That shouldn't be normal. Being treated like shit shouldn't be acceptable. And for some reason in the YA world it is. But that's not how it felt when I read this book. They tried to work out. Like, you know, there was a little arguments and little tension between the characters, but there was an attempt to work it out. They wasn't being mean for the sake of being mean. They weren't trying to hurt each other's feelings. And that's what was important to me. And of course, you know, the movie had to condense that, so it's, you know, it's not on the same level, but it's still there. So I appreciate that. Now, what I didn't like was how you don't really know what the Reds are. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. I did read this book within 2 days. I don't know. I feel like when I saw them in the movie and they were shooting fire out their mouths, it's weird that it wasn't really discussed in the book. And the book calls the yellows, but they're called golds in the movie, and I'm just, why is that so different? And then the way they had the chart, they had oranges above reds, and that bothered me. It's very shallow issue, but still it bothered me that orange was above red in terms of danger. I feel like that's the opposite of everything else that does danger charts. But I feel like they kind of gone over how these powers work a little bit better. Yeah, I felt like I was missing a lot of it. And I guess I get it because you're following Ruby and Ruby doesn't know much, but still, I feel so left out. Now my final thoughts on the book and the movie is, as much as I enjoyed it, I don't feel an urgency to finish with the series. There's a lot of talk about how the movie flopped and it wasn't that big of a deal as they try to make it out to be, which makes sense because as much as I like the characters, there wasn't anything different. You know, we've seen this before. We've seen the kids revolt against the tyrannic government. We've seen the government freak out for people who have powers. It's just, there wasn't really any stakes on being different. There wasn't really anything new brought to the table, so I could see why for some people this fell flat. And like I said, I enjoyed it, but there wasn't any rush for me to finish the series. And eventually I'll probably get around to it, but as of right now, that's how I feel, is that good book, not enough to keep me to stick with it. Obviously, this is my personal opinion. I'm not saying the book is bad. I'm not saying that people who like it are wrong. It's just, for me personally, there's no drawback. I don't want to jump on the rest of the series right now. I got 7 other books that I can't wait to read, and the sequel to The Darkest Minds is not one of them. I saw the movie at a matinee. It wasn't on purpose. I was just running errands, and I was like, let me go watch this movie. And I think, you know, for the matinee price, I keep messing with my hair, I'm sorry. For the matinee price, it was worth it. Obviously, it's probably no longer in theaters. If it is, you're only seeing like 1 or 2 showings. So I would say just rent it. Just wait to rent it. If you want to read the book beforehand, yeah, another thing. Rent the book, go to your secondhand library, or buy the book. You know, it's like I said, it was an enjoyable book. Maybe your reaction is different from me. I bought it. I don't regret buying it. Maybe you won't regret buying it. But if you're worried about that so much, just borrow it from the library. Okay, that's all I have to say for today. If you like what you see here, you want to keep seeing more, feel free to subscribe. I make new videos every Wednesday, and although I say I make new nerdy videos on the weekends, I completely lied, because my last nerdy video, I posted it up on Wednesday instead of using it on my Saturdays, and I haven't posted up any of my video game gameplays because I've just been lazy. Like, I've had the chance to, I just haven't done it. Oh boy. But I have off this weekend, so, you know, maybe I'll do it then. Alright, that's it. If you want to keep up with my doings, like my conventions and when I'm posting, or if you want to just watch me struggle to finish to start my 10th chapter, you can follow me on social media. All my links are in the description box down below. Later days.